before we go to our guest today, Hurricane Helms, because he was in part of the beginning of this, but I want to make some comments about some things that happened to me over the last week before he comes on so he can have plausible deniability. He's not involved in this, folks. If I get investigated by any agencies or any individuals, this is not Shane Helms. This is a lights out portion of the program. Shane Helms is not involved. Here's what happened last week. Of course, I'm reading my fine Twitter, and I follow not only Shane Helms because he has great witty tweets about wrestling, politics, whatever. I also was following Baby Doll, because I followed her a couple of years ago when we had our 30th anniversary grudge match, right down there for Big Time Wrestling in Spartanburg. And I suddenly read, I guess this was on Thursday or whatever, I'm reading this back and forth between Doll and Shane. And of course, Doll is pro-gun, but she's her argument, which we'll talk more about this with Shane himself. But her argument was, well, I should have the right to defend my kids and family or whatever, and it's mental illness or whatever. And he was raising some good points. And as a matter of fact, he was knocking her out with some good points. But she kept coming back with it, and it started getting, and so I was like, Doll, come on. I chimed in, Doll, come on. You're on the wrong side of history here with this thing because of all the people getting, because she was at one point, I was going back and forth with one of the kids from Parkland in Florida that was the school in the shooting. And she was, even if you don't agree with the kid, don't disagree. She just been shot at. Don't disagree with anyway. And then I said, Shane, it's not going to work. Leave it alone. Because I was tired of reading about it, right? I said, Shane, I don't think this is going to work. And I just logged off and went about, that's what the kids say, right? Logged off and went on about my business that night. I get up the next morning and I look, and they've still been going back and forth. And Doll gives a tweet to Shane, which quotes Dana Loesch, which... Here, news for our international fans again in the UK and Australia and every other civilized country. Dana Loesch is, and help me, Brian, if I don't, she's an NRA, National Rifle Association representative spokesperson. She's one of the ones that goes out, not Wayne LaPierre, who's the head, evil genius of the whole criminal enterprise. But she's one of the people that goes out and is a spokesperson. And she actually said at the CPAC, the conservative political action thing, where all of the conservative nitwits together and share their nitwittery, with each other and just sound crazy. She said to the reporters in the room that the liberal media, mainstream media, loves grieving mothers and crying mothers so that they can exploit them to basically take away our rights to have guns and all the guns we want to protect ourselves and violate our Second Amendment God-given rights, right? That's basically what she said. Would you agree that's the summation of it?
Pretty much, yes.
Pretty much. When she knew that the fucking kids' parents and the other kids that made it, especially, were going to be reading and seeing all that stuff on TV. This is how fucking just evil these people. So anyway, when I read that quote, I wrote Doll back. I said, Doll, I said, now you're quoting, because I was already in a cranky mood, right? Because it was morning and I'm cranky in the morning. I know that's hard to believe. I said, Doll, now you're quoting this at NRA, because if I'm going to insult somebody, I want them to know I'm doing it, at NRA terrorist cunt on my Twitter, right? I'm sorry, but bye-bye. And I blocked Baby Doll. I blocked her. And then I go and I get my hair cut, right? And no, that's what I do. I'd run over to the post office, I went and got my hair cut, and I had some errands to do because I was getting ready for the LexCon. So I come back and get on the thing about, 4 hours later. Holy God, Jesus. But however many 4,695 notifications. What the fuck? Apparently, since I included the at NRA, some at NRA people got it. Oh, wait, I'm going to tell you about these people. And they forwarded it to this fucking Dana Loesch cunt. so that she could see that I called her a cunt. Now, one thing I didn't count on, it would made it perfect timing. It was International Women's Day.
Oh my God.
So all these, and also none of these people, this is an entirely different audience, folks, as I'm about to talk about. You don't know these people. They didn't know I was anybody. They knew I had a check mark, right? They didn't know I knew her. They didn't know she was Baby Doll. Therefore, they think I'm just, hey, doll, like I'm in a fucking 40s fucking gangster movie. And I'm just dismissing her as a sexist, goddamn misogynist pig on International Women's Day. Well, look, doll, you and this other cunt. So their fucking heads have exploded. They're reporting right and left. They're gonna fucking search. One guy said, I will find you and dismember you. and then poor old John Fell in Baltimore emailed me and said, be careful when you go out in public this week. but when the guy said, yeah, I'll find you and dismember you, I put it in the box, right, and replied. I said, that to me sounds like vaguely like a threat, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, Here's what these people are. The pictures on their Twitter are flags and guns and pictures of Andrew Jackson. And next to their names are more flags, little tiny flags and little tiny guns. And on their profile, there's buzzwords like God-given rights, proud conservative, American patriot, Christian is all over them, right? God bless President Trump. They're in every conspiracy theory, the hashtags, right, are hashtag NRA, hashtag MAGA, hashtag 2A for the Second Amendment. They're on a fucking love pet name basis with it. They don't even have to call it by its full name. They've got little love names. Hashtag drain the swamp, hashtag lock her up. These are the conspiracy theorist people that think that fucking Hillary Clinton was selling fucking children for sex out of a pizza joint basement in fucking Jersey. They're not only obsessive, but not cognitive, where they can't understand what's really happening. And they've bought this thing, or they're still in the goddamn, somehow they're fighting the American Revolution. And they're way anti-abortion. But they're pro-gun. Don't kill unborn cells, kill living children, is basically the fucking, and just over and over. And the word cunt is not on their list of things that they like. And apparently they have never gone to the United Kingdom. As I mentioned that, and I had some great cunt memes and graphics sent over the weekend, because as you know, if you go to England or Ireland or Scotland, I believe in Australia, I don't know I met anybody that I didn't actively hear call somebody else a cunt the whole time I was there, right? But here it was another one of these American things. So their heads were on fire about it. I was reported to God himself for using that type of language to a good Christian lady like Dana Loesch, right? But above all, they're patriots. So here's the thing. I want you all to think about this. The patriots are the ones who not only say they will, but think that they can resist the tyrannical U.S. government that they think in their little fucking shriveled up pea brains are going to one day manifest themselves by the government's just going to all put them all in slavery like a science fiction movie, but they're going to do something about it, and that's why they're stockpiling the weapons. So the patriots who love their country are the ones that are planning to fight the government. But in further bullshit, the closest that we have had to a tyrannical government is what we got right now, and they're the ones that voted for the fucking moron. When Obama was president, we were pretty much safe from any world catastrophes. Somebody was doing something about the climate. He was protecting all of our rights to not be fucked by big business and etc. Somebody smart was keeping an eye on shit. Him, these knuckleheads wanted to overthrow. So all the people that are on the NRA Twitter and all those buzzwords I just gave you, keep a good eye on these fucking people. because they're the ones we need to be looking at. They're the ones that are posing the fucking danger to our society, or the ones who want to overthrow our government, except for this one who apparently is already overthrowing itself. Trump is going to fire himself next. He's the only one left. But anyway, so, and the conservative and the feminists, and I'll go on record as saying this. I believe that every man and woman and person should be treated equally and have equal rights and be paid fairly and et cetera, et cetera. But if you're a cunt, you're a fucking cunt. If somebody said, what would your wife say about you using that language? I told her about the fucking Twitter deal, Stacy, and she said, Dana Loesch, because she tries to stay away from it. I said, the NRA. She said, oh, that fucking cunt. So I just want to make, I will bring it to a close, but I want to make one thing plain to Dana Loesch. If you're listening, now that you're a fan of mine, now that so many of your fans know who the fuck I am, you are a female Wayne LaPierre. You're a heartless, soulless bitch who lies to people for money. Your job is to babyface fucking guns, the concept guns, the idea of having a bunch of guns. And why you need so many of them so badly, you got to have more guns, protect yourselves from the world, from the people with guns. You are a whore for the NRA, which is basically a fucking front for the gun manufacturer. So, and I don't know what you think of her, Brian, but I think she's perfect for the job because she doesn't look like the rest of the people that she's appealing to. She looks like they want her to look, like they'd like to look. She's very white, very Christian, screechy kind of Stepford wife, spibbling out Fox News bullshit, and your embarrassing uncle's Facebook post and trying to delegitimize the media because they're the only ones telling people, if they would actually listen, what these fucking lunatics are up to. And the Republican governor of Florida actually does file something or some measure, make some measure that would at least restrict people from buying assault weapons till they're 21 years old. And the NRA files lawsuit against that. So anyway, Dana, and she responded to me with the old platter, well, I can protect myself and my children and God bless. Because apparently she God blesses everybody, as that's that fucking Christian evangelical way of dismissing you with, I've just blessed you from an invisible, supernatural, fictitious being, so therefore I'm better than you are. So you can save your fucking God bless here, Dana, because there is no God and you don't mean the blessing. We know what you are. We know what you do. You do whatever the NRA tells you to fucking do to sell guns. You don't do a goddamn thing when kids and people of any age get shot for no reason except go and push people to buy more guns to protect them from the people with the guns. And you stir up all these fucking dangerous, mentally deranged fuckers on your Twitter and et cetera that already believe in you because of the God and the patriotism and the conservative fantasies that they've got. And they're the ones we ought to be keeping an eye on, especially the government. Be keeping an eye on them because these are the people that are apparently have all the guns and are apparently wanting to fight the government. So, Dana, you're not a doll, but you are a fucking cunt. Just like all the fucking Trumpanzees are partially responsible every time Trump fucks something up. Every time somebody gets shot, you and the ilk of you that try to make it seem somehow normal and right that we allow for all these idiots to have all these semi-automatic weapons, it's your fault, and you don't care. So for me, for everybody that can't say it to you directly because they don't have a podcast, for all the school kids and the parents and the families, fuck you, you fucking cunt. And I'm sorry if anybody happens to be offended. For fuck's sake.
Wayne LaPierre, doesn't he just look it?
And here's the thing. Here's one more thing at it before I go while I'm at it. The whole goddamn NRA fucking bullshit of we must protect ourselves. Yes, we must protect ourselves because we have more guns than we have people. We don't have 23,000 times more mental illness than any country in the world. It's because we are the only ones that have allowed all these people to fucking have all these guns. And in this country, here's how stupid we are, ladies and gentlemen. A 19-year-old kid, actually anybody of any age in some states, can get thrown in jail for several years for having a bag of weed in their pocket. But a 19-year-old kid can go and legally buy a semi-assault rifle that they use in various wars. And the cops, I assume, would help you carry it to your fucking car after you purchased it. So fuck all y'all. That's what I got to say. Should we bring now I think that if anybody's going to report me for anything, they'll have done it by now. So should we get Shane on so that he can be semi-rational and we can also talk about some wrestling?